apologies, you guys. I'm just trying to get some. But it's nice to see all of you out here in this wonderful rainy evening. Thank you. At this time, I would like to ask the board to give consensus to appoint Kathy Burris as clerk for the evening. Consensus from the board, please. My microphone is.
It's not down enough.
Okay, thank you. Do I have consensus? Not a motion, just consensus. Okay. All right. It appears we have consensus to appoint Kathy Burris as clerk for the evening. Please note that all regular board meetings of the Lawndale Elementary School District are recorded. And I'd like to remind you all of the following. To all the board, cabinet, presenters, and speakers to the following. Slow down when speaking. Caleb, I can't see you. Project your voice. Speak directly into the microphone. Mute your microphone when you are not speaking, and we ask that we do not speak over one another. At this time, Ms. Galindo, are there any comments from the audience on agenda or non-agenda items? Thank you. At this time, we're going to go into a very brief closed session, and we'll be right back, and we will adjourn into closed session at 5:03. Thus, we had adjourned from closed session at 5:18 and we are reopening into open session at 5:20. Okay, and the board did meet for the purposes of negotiations and related matters, Governance Code 54957.6, and for litigation, Education Code 89923. Anticipated, Dr. Cooper, or can we just say litigation? Okay, thank you. And on a vote of 4-0, the final settlement was agreed upon. It was approved. Do you have a number for it? Do I need a number? Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay, flag salute.
Good evening. At this time, we would like to introduce Principal at Adams Middle School, Jamie Valentine, to introduce our student for the flag salute.
Good evening. It is my distinct honor to bring up our new sixth grade Bengal Tiger student, Caleb Ivy, to lead you in the flag salute tonight and give a short introduction to himself. Please welcome Caleb.
Is there a stool there, Miss Valentine?
No,
He opted out. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Caleb Ivy, and I am a sixth grade student on Team Harvard at Jane Addams Middle School. Here at Jane Addams, we show CARE, which means civility, achievement, resilience, and empathy. We have a variety of different clubs such as chess, Spanish, homework, friendship, band, and skateboarding. Thank you for allowing me to lead you in the Pledge of Allegiance tonight. Will you please rise and place your right hand over your heart? Ready? Begin. I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated.
But not you, Caleb.
Paparazzi's done.
Caleb, you join me in the well.
I understand nothing of what
He's
you
like,
said.
what? He didn't want to jump in the whale.
I understand it. But I could be wrong. Why don't you find out? On behalf of myself and the entire school, we'd like to say that to you, public, talking about and learn this class, along with a bookmark, here, take that. I didn't have to pencil. Yeah. And then you went. No. And you were, oh. Mom was like that. Any other family members here?
Oh, yes. Yeah, we can all.
Would the board like to join in the photo?
We were gonna photo bomb.
That would be the best. You guys want to join in? No. Ready?
Thank you, Caleb.
While President Coronado's coming back to her seat, I just wanted to say, I like your glasses, Caleb. That's right.
I had the opportunity to meet Caleb for a few minutes before the board meeting, and I came away instantly saying to myself and out loud, Caleb, you are precocious, you are articulate, and you are extremely confident. And I know that you will be doing wonderful things in the future.
Can I say one last thing?
Yes, you may.
I would not have gone this far if it wasn't for Miss Helen. She was with me since 4th grade, and I've made so many good memories with her.
Well, there's one more other person that I know that you wouldn't have gone this far without. Your mom.
Sure.
Okay.
Just sure. You could say that.
Thank you, Caleb. Caleb, if you have homework or you and your mom want to get out of the rain, I have no problem saying, I'll see you soon. But you're staying for the presentation is what's just been whispered in my ear. Okay. Apologies. Roll call.
President Coronado,
Here.
Clerk Rudolph is absent. Trustee Burris,
Here.
Trustee Phillips,
Here.
and Trustee Morales.
Present.
All members of the cabinet are present, and Dr. Castro is absent tonight.
And guests.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Yes. And for our guests in person, we have 13. On YouTube, we have 1 and 0 on Zoom.
Thank you. We are at item 3.05, so this time I would ask for approval of the agenda, a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Move.
On a motion by trustee Morales, seconded by trustee Phillips to approve the agenda as presented. Comments, questions, discussion from the board?
No, ma'am.
Anything from you, Dr. Cooper? Okay, with that, please vote on your devices. Motion carries 4-0. Presentations.
I would like to welcome back up Principal Valentine from Jane Addams Middle School for our school spotlight tonight.
Thank you for welcoming back. Good evening, President Coronado, Trustees Burris, Morales, and Phillips, as well as LESD cabinet members, Dr. Pomelia, Dr. Cooper, and Dr. Ho. In a season of Thanksgiving, I am grateful to be the principal of Jane Addams Middle School and to work in Lawndale. I'm also so proud to introduce you to our JAMS team this evening. Joining us is Ms. Chumentowski, assistant principal and soon to be new mom. Mr. Eric Mariscal, our instructional technology resource teacher. 8th grade students Natalie Cho Beltran and Brendan Silva Flores. And you already met our newest member to the team, Caleb Ivy, who led us in the flag salute. We are Bengal Tigers. Yeah. Yay.
I think I am too. Okay.
I'll point there. All of the work that we do each and every day as certificated and classified educators at Adams aligns to our 4 district goals. And tonight our team is going to highlight a few program spotlights within each goal that we are proud to share with you. For Goal 1, increasing academic achievement, we want to highlight for you the strong Tier 1 instruction at Adams that led to significant growth in student proficiency and also helped us earn a place on the Educational Results Partnership 2025 honor roll list of California's top performing schools. Woo woo! Our educators are working to ensure that students are receiving instruction in grade level essential standards that is engaging, data-driven, curriculum-based, and includes universal design for learning strategies. While we are all continuing to learn, grow, and strengthen our Tier 1 instruction to prevent students from needing additional academic support, the growth students experienced last year shows that we are doing the right work for students and need to continue to strengthen and refine our instructional practices moving forward. Delivering strong Tier 1 instruction is never-ending collaborative work that all of our educators take part in. While our 6th grade achieved double-digit growth, we want to acknowledge that we were able to maintain or improve proficiency across all grades in math, ELA, and science, and we are very proud of that. I am now going to ask Eric to share our Goal 2 spotlight.
For Goal 2, ensuring access and equity, we want to highlight for you our ELD Trek program. This program is a partnership that brings STEM-related activities into every ELD class. These activities allow students an engaging way to practice all 4 LPAC domain skills, so speaking, reading, writing, and listening, as they take on the role of engineers, coders, and collaborators. While there are many factors that contribute to the high levels of growth for our EL students last year, we're confident that our ELD Trek program contributed significantly to their achievement, which is highlighted on this slide here. In order for you to experience a part of what this program looks like, I've brought Natalie to explain a small demonstration to you that we've been working on in ELD Trek.
Good evening. I'm an 8th grade student on Team Stanford. One thing I enjoyed about this program is it's really fun. You can make new friends and you can work as a team. Here's a robot that I built in class. It has 2 parts, a color sensor and a motor. When I activate the color sensor with the green piece, we're releasing potential energy and creating an opposite reaction.
Do you want to put it on the floor?
We did up higher to see you guys.
Okay.
Now, not only I'm building robots, I am learning science and improving my vocabulary.
Excellent.
Not being friendly tonight to me. Okay.
For Goal 3, improving student and parent and student engagement, we want to highlight for you the impact that our Community Schools grant is making at Adams. Through the leadership of our Community School Site Coordinator, Cecilio Martinez, this year we were able to host our very first Million Male Figures March, where we had approximately 45 men come to connect with one another and hear from 3 speakers who spoke to the importance of male figures in the lives of students. We have, as of tonight, hosted 5 active parenting workshops, both in English and Spanish, where about 15 parents have attended. Cecilio is currently at a workshop tonight supporting families. We have made multiple partnerships to support our families, including book donations from Big Sunday, achievement award certificates from local businesses, ADAP, the Asian American Drug Abuse Program, USC Interrexa, and Discovery Cube, just to name a few. We are continuing to gather needs assessment data from students and parents in order to best support the specific needs of our Bengal Tiger community.
Thank you. For Goal 4, providing 21st century learning environments, we want to highlight for you some of the STEAM opportunities that are offered to our students. From our STEM robotic class that participates in a Lego League competition against Rogers, to our computer classes that teach coding, to our art classes that give students experiences in clay work, sketching, painting, and drawing, to our science classes that give students hands-on experiences to integrate engineering and science principles into fun projects like making marble roller coasters, Students at JAMS are able to learn and experience engaging lessons within the STEAM fields. I have brought this evening Brendan Silva Flores with me to highlight the impact that music and band has had on him and to share some of what he has learned in band with you.
Good evening. I'm an 8th grade student on Team Stanford. Oh, sorry. Okay. Good evening. I'm an 8th grade student on Team Stanford. This is my second year being part of our music program. I enjoy playing along with other students and having fun with my fellow band members as we run and perform music. Music helps me learn notes and read and learn math too. This evening, I'm going to play a small part of a Christmas song that I will be performing at our Angel Tree Light ceremony called Rockin' Old Saint Nick.
Thank you.
Excuse me just 1 second, Miss Valentine. You know, I remember when you were here the last time and you were a little nervous. I did not see that tonight. Congratulations. A lot of self-confidence there. Thank you.
I want to also highlight two other things that Brendan, when he came to Adams, didn't know how to play the flute at all and learned that entirely in our music program. And also, I didn't tell him I was going to tell you guys, but he just recently received the AXA Every Student Succeeding Award, and he's going to be honored at El Camino College right after Thanksgiving break in a special ceremony that I will be attending with his family. Congratulations. Next slide. I'll try it again, sorry. Our staff focus for 25-26 continues to be on our district drivers at JAMS, data-driven instruction, professional learning communities, and multi-tiered systems of support. All of these drivers are looked at through an equity lens, as we want to ensure every child gets what they need in order to be successful.
As we look ahead to the future of the school year, we want to highlight just a few of the events that are coming up for students and families. We have our CV Rush Day for our 8th grade students on December 8th, our high school informational night on December 9th, our winter concert December 10th. Our 5th grade parent night is currently scheduled for January 13th, and we have personalized 5th grade parent tours ongoing through the end of the year. And our 6th grade musical is March 4th and 5th.
Long dramatic pause for my ending slide. Thank you again for allowing us to highlight a few of the ways we are teaching, engaging, and supporting the amazing students and families of Jane Addams Middle School. We appreciate you.
Comments or questions from the board? I see a light from trustee Burris.
Thank you so much for that presentation, and it just warms my heart to see what good things you're doing. I'll tell you one thing, if middle school was this much fun when I was in school, I might have liked it a whole lot more, because you guys seem to really enjoy it, and I think it's what you guys are giving them to do and making sure that every child has got what they need, and you guys did a great job, and I'm so proud of you. Thank you. And just one more question, Jamie, what time is the winter concert? Is it at 5?
It's at 6 p.m.
6?
You'll be receiving a special invitation that will be
Yeah,
coming
but I
out.
like to put it on my calendar now so that I don't book anything else.
We'd be honored if you're able to attend.
Thank you.
Any other comments? Trustee Phillips?
Thank you so much for the presentation. I miss seeing the schools and visiting them, but I do appreciate you coming out on a rainy night to give this to us. And to Mr. Flores. No, wait, the young man.
Brendan.
I learned the flute in 7th grade, but I'm not nearly as good as you, honey. And I do agree there's math involved in it, so thank you.
I think you guys should play a duet.
Ooh, future performance.
Mm-hmm.
Good job.
Any other comments?
The scores are impressive, especially with the 6th graders. I'm just like, I'm just trying to think about how they do it, how they doing it. But I know part of it is like that you're doing a great job, and he always seems to be happy, smiling, and that is contagious, and I believe the staff is happy from what I see in their face too. They're happy where they are, and that's because of you. You're a great leader.
Thank you for
Tissue's right here.
That really makes a big difference, and that is passed on from you to the teachers, and the teachers to the students, and the students to parents.
Absolutely. I feel like we as a team, as a school, I have some of my fellow teachers with me. but
Would you like
we-
to introduce them?
I would love to, if,
Please.
yes. So with me is Miss Ashley Baton. She's one of our 8th grade ELA teachers. Miss Sylvia Ortiz, who's our 7th grade science teacher, and Miss Olivia Parker, who's one of our she's a Bridges teacher. And we are so honored along with our team. We are here for students, and that partnership between families and staff and students is why we get up every day. And so it truly is an honor. Thank you.
Thank
Also,
you.
like the part that, every parents' workshops are very important,
Yes.
Because a lot of times we as parents, we just take what we hear from the students, and if we don't involve them, in their education, then things don't go, they don't move as fast as they should. But when parents are involved, it does make a difference.
I agree. It's an important partnership that we lock arms together to support our kids.
Yeah. I remember that when this past parent conferences, teachers say they're late,
Yes.
and that was very unheard. I never heard of any other school, any other district that where teachers are willing to stay past 6 p.m.
I agree. It speaks highly to our middle school teachers.
Total.
They stay till 7.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I never had the opportunity to say, wow. But yeah, I heard about it. I was like, wow, this is something I heard, that teachers are willing to be there for parents because, some of us work hard and work late, and we don't have time to be there at 2 or 3 p.m.
Correct.
But we have time to be there at 6 p.m. So,
Agree.
but I heard from one parent that she left around 6:30 and there were still parents waiting there, to be.
I know they
that
have to
conference.
shoo everyone out because their teachers are still meeting with families around 7:15. I'm like, we gotta go.
Yeah.
It's dark on campus, but yes, I agree. It's important, and it speaks to it's the testament of our teachers willing to do that. So grateful.
I'm also happy to see that there's a variety of choices, when it comes to the 21st century, learning activities. I know that's the way to go nowadays. But even art, we all learn different ways, and just having kids have that opportunity to choose something that they really enjoy.
Mhm.
And not something where we just, well, you go there because there's no other space or that's all we have, Here I see choices.
Absolutely.
And I think that's important too.
It is. Thank you for
And
acknowledging
I'm also glad that, you guys are really taking the ELs very seriously. Because, when you know the students that you serve, when you know them well and you know their needs, then you can help them better, and just not only teaching the language, but all the things like the science, the STEM,
Yes.
that's huge.
Mhm.
And I think when kids have that opportunity, they feel welcome and they feel like they belong there.
Yeah.
And for that, I
Connected to
think-
school and learning. Yeah. Great. Thank you. Thank you, Justin.
Thank you, Ms. Valentine.
Thank you so much.
Dr. Cooper, Is that light on?
Yes, I just wanted to say something if I may,
Please.
because I brought up, oh, wait, where'd he go? You. Because, sorry, when I see Legos, it's usually with my 6-year-old grandson and we're playing with them. But to bring in something as simple as I say in quotes as Legos to help the children understand science, and I appreciate you for saying this, honey. If we had the time, you could probably tell me why that one green piece made them fall apart like that, the reaction and everything. But also you're working on the vocabulary at the same time. And that's really amazing because it's not intimidating and it's just bringing the language back to common with everyone else. I appreciate that. Thank
Well,
you.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that.
You know, we need to take a photo of the children, students, young men and women who are here. Please let's do so. Miss Galindo, could you do that? And I would invite the board to do it as well, if you like.
Absolutely.
Oh, I thought it was just, I thought it was.
VIP people, please.
And let's get the idea and the mamas and no more. No, I'm sorry, Maria. It's okay. Hey, look at the families and it's a partnership, isn't it? A family thing? Yeah, it's absolutely. I mean, that was more than me. You can squeeze in if you want. Do you want to be next to him? I would squeeze in, but. Okay. Yeah. Please, if you need to go to, make lesson plans for the last day before break, please do so. If you have homework, you may leave. Thank you so much. So glad. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. It's always the best when we get the kids. Does anyone need a break? Oh, Caleb, I'm sorry. What's up, Caleb? What's yours? Hey, Glenn, bring your friend. Come on. There's snacks over here, guys. Adrian. Adrian. Where's your friend? I gotta go back. Thank you. You're welcome. Second presentation, Dr. Cooper.
Yes, at this time, we're excited and welcome our Director of Nutrition and Wellness, Lizette Rooney.
Good evening, President Coronado, members of the board, the cabinet, and our greater Lawndale community. I have the special pleasure tonight of presenting to you some information in regards to what my team has been doing in the last school year. And I'm really excited to be able to bring someone along from the team. Woohoo!
And that team member is?
That is Sandra Orozco. She is our production chef. So we have a baby central kitchen with 2 staff members, and she is the lead for that central kitchen. And she's really leading the way with building relationships with other individuals in our district and also within our department to make sure that we can provide more scratch meals that are more nutritious and also that the kids want to eat to our students. Thank you,
Welcome.
Sandra. She also prepared some items today. So the Smith Kitchen team could not be here, but they send their love via pozole verde with chicken. So please feel free to have some. And then the Central Kitchen team, including Sandra and Loreda, our production cook, have sent apple cinnamon bread. So feel free. We've been doing pozole all week this week.
I can call for one. And what is the baked goods over there?
Apple cinnamon bread. So it's whole grain and lower in sugar.
Thank
But
you.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Not to toot our own horns, but they've done a really excellent job in working on recipe development with our students and then with the rest of our team members to make sure that we're giving quality products to our kids and things that we would want our own families to eat. And we eat them too because they're good. So thank you again. I just want to say that we have been busy building in our department. There's been a lot going on. So we've been building skills so that way we can better serve our students. So for instance, the 4 individuals pictured on the left are our production cook Loreda, Sandra. Then we have Janelli, who was previously a senior FSA at one of our kitchens, so a kitchen lead, and Alejandra Mendez, who is now a kitchen lead. They all participated in the Chef and Foundation pre-apprenticeship program, so that way they could grow their skills around scratch cooking and school nutrition to better make a career out of it. And they worked beyond their regular hours and they were taking classes at night so that way they could pass this program. And they have been certified as having completed an apprenticeship or a pre-apprenticeship program through the California Department of Labor because they took it upon themselves to try to do more for our kids. So hats off, Sandra and team. Additionally, we've been doing a lot of hands-on training with our partner brigade. We have someone currently in the apprenticeship program with Chef and Foundation, our operations manager, Ivanisa Diostado, and we're doing our best to try to make more scratch meals so we can better feed our students. So in the photo on the left, we're making jalapeno pizza. And then in the photo on the right, that is our spicy chicken salad. There we go. With tortilla chips. I was like, wait, where does it tortilla chips fit in there? So we serve the tortilla chips on the side and it's like almost like a taco salad. But we do make a lot of things from scratch. And we make a lot of things from scratch. So we start from 0 or from a few different components and then we combine and cook, where that's happening at our central kitchen as well as our site kitchens. So from our central kitchen, we have things like our apple cinnamon muffins. We have our chocolate chip muffins. We make all of our salads, all of our dressings, all of our sauces. We make our cinnamon swirl pancakes. All of those things are being made in-house from 0. And then at our school sites, we're doing things in partnership with our central kitchen. So we're making a spicy, cheesy bean dip that features roasted jalapenos and onions that we developed along with our students. You know, we have our pozole verde with chicken that we developed with our students and that we have been offering hands-on trainings to all of our staff at their sites, in addition to having done it previously this entire week. And then we're offering it to students again in December because it's cold and sometimes you need a hug. And we give the hug through the pozole. We also are working with more farmers, more directly because we're trying to bring in higher quality ingredients that taste better and are more nutritious. So that way, not only are they liking the food more, it's more beneficial to them at the same time because we want to feed our students. We don't want to feed a trash can. We want to feed our kids, and we are working together with them, with our teachers, as well as with administrators and other staff throughout the schools to try to make sure that we can meet the need where it exists because childhood hunger is awful. And we really believe that we can do something to help with that. And I will tell you, it is hard work and they're awesome people. So
Excuse me, Ms. Rooney, the Lopez Family Farm,
Yeah.
where is that located?
that is located in Stanford, California.
And the Madeira Queen Honey?
Madeira Queen Honey, they're in Madeira. Sorry, I was
No,
like, wait, where are they? They're in Madeira.
Up north, up north.
Yeah, so those are both up north. We're also working with Old Grove Orange, which is in Riverside County, additionally. And we have another honey farmer that we work with, Martinez Apiaries, which is Malibu, Central LA, and also Riverside.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, of course. So for CalFresh Healthy Living, we have had grants for a number of years because we make the time and we make the effort. And as a district, we collaborate to make sure that we can be competitive for grants and that we get those grants. Sad to say, the funding for this program has recently been cut from the federal budget. But I want you to know that we're still trying to continue to find ways to engage with our students and with our community in spite of changes that may happen elsewhere. And I would say there is a steadfast commitment in this district to do what's right for our kids and for our families. So I do want to tell you that RAP is continuing CAT's Kids Club, which is a physical activity curriculum that is geared around nutrition for our students and making sure that they're building healthier behaviors to support them now and into the long run. Maintenance is continuing to try to make our hydration stations appealing for our students so that way they choose to drink water versus other things. And I just have to take a minute to shout out community schools because Ed Services and the Community Schools Grant, they're doing some really wonderful things. And we were able to partner with them just this past weekend to serve 269 families, over 800 people in the pouring rain to make sure that they were connected to over 30 different partners for resources, including PTA and also the Torrance Community Church of Christ, and also, so many people to get food to our families. And yeah, it was awesome. And I just want to draw attention to the contributions that they have been making to try to meet the needs where they exist. But I have to tell you, the beauty of our district is that we are masters of the pivot. If something changes and something's necessary, we find a way to make it happen. And that's because people care, they're dedicated, and they're motivated to do what's best. And that comes from having support. So thank you. Continuing on, as I mentioned, we try to apply for grants, all the time. So we applied for the CDFA Farm to School Incubator Grant, and we're using that to actually fund our central kitchen positions. We had a prior funding source that expired last year. This funding source is good for this year, and that actually funds Sandra's position as well as Loreda's position. So as we try to do more and better, we try to figure out more ways to bring in funding to help us test ideas and pilot things to see if it actually is a great investment for us as a district so we can better support our students. And then this is a little picture of farmer-led nutrition education where the kids get to choose their fruit and veggie superpowers, which I'll tell you a little bit more about, but in a second.
You can send it to me.
So we've continued our Harvest of the Month program. This year we did something different. We brought in dragon fruit. It was a hit. The kids went bananas over it or dragon fruity over it, not sure. But they really loved it. And what we try to do is we try to bring in new things for the students to eat or things that they may not have as much exposure to. And in addition to that, we've started piloting a Harvest of the Month in the classroom again. So we were able to pilot that at Green and Twain. So shout out to them for taking that on. It has been going pretty well so far, and we're excited to be able to continue to engage with our students inside and out of the cafeteria. All right. Sorry, I needed to take a breath. So choose your fruit and veggie superpowers. So we had a farmer from Old Grove Orange come out. They've been to 2 elementary school sites so far. There were 5 fruits and vegetables that were offered. They talked them through what is nutritious about it. And they say that's the vegetable or the fruit's superpower. Well, usually what do kids prefer to eat? Fruit or veggies in your experience?
Fruit.
Yeah. But they all took the carrots because they wanted to have great vision as their superpower, maybe X-ray vision. So if you're able to connect with students, you're able to encourage them to try to do new and different things. And it's really motivating, it's really engaging, it's really fun. And being able to offer nutrition education that's led by a farmer, so somebody who's actually growing the thing and is saying, hey, by the way, we're serving this at your school for lunch. It's a different experience versus like, oh, okay, we have the salad today. Where is this from? It's like, oh, this grew from our garden. Isn't this awesome? It's a really different experience when you can activate students in a way that encourages them to try something new and different and to make different choices. Because I love fruit, but I will eat those carrots because they inspired me and motivated me. So beyond that, we're also setting up some new contracts to hopefully it'll be good. So
I'm
that
glad
way
you
we
said that.
can.
I'm glad you said that.
Oh yeah, for a partner in Rich LA, so that way they can come in to a couple of our school sites to do hands-on science and ag education. And some of that is going to include cooking, some of it is going to include gardening, but it's just different ways to engage with the students to make learning more exciting and to present information to them in a different form. So that way, when they're in the classroom, they're able to draw upon that experience and really give it life and make it more, I don't know what the word is, but it makes it more vivid. And there's more of a connection that's built there. Just like what's happening at Adams and many other school sites, you're just finding different ways of presenting information to our students. So that way they are into it and they love it and they're having fun versus, as you mentioned, Trustee Burris, well, when I was in middle school, it wasn't anywhere near as fun as this. So the work that people are doing to try to engage our students in a different way is really, really excellent. But you guys probably know that, so I'm going to stop. Beyond that, I just wanted to let you guys know where we're at with the meals we served. So I have a graphic for you. It shows the number of meals that we served in school year 23-24. It was about 922,000 meals. And then it breaks it out for breakfast and lunch and supper versus what we served last year, school year 24-25, which was 983,000 meals. So I mention this because we have seen growth even in an era of declining enrollment because our people care. They're dedicated, they're passionate. As a district, we collaborate. We work across all departments and all classifications and also multiple positionalities as parents, as aunts and uncles, as grandparents. We work together so that way we can take care of our kids and so we can feed them. And the work that my team has done, they're so dedicated and they're so passionate and they care so much for our kids that even though we've been dealing with vacancies for the past 5 years, they are still bringing it every single day. And they're still doing their utmost to feed the kids things that they're going to eat and that are good for them. So I just wanted to take a moment to give them that shout out because they're really awesome. They're very hardworking and it's all inspired by care. And I'm really proud and grateful to be a part of that team. So thank you, Sandra, because you're here. And thank you to all of you who are at home, hopefully relaxing, because they work incredibly hard to take care of our kids. And lastly, I wanted to say thank you. for taking the time to allow us to present and to share some of the things that we're doing. I could talk your ear off, but I'm going to try to stop. And I just wanted to let you know that feeding our students and reducing childhood hunger is one way that I measure success, because that's what we're here for. That's who we're here for. And I want to say that we are finding success because kids are more engaged, because more kids are eating school meals, because they're telling us and they're roasting us when they don't like something, but we've built that trust with them. Sandra can tell you, we got really roasted at Rogers. But that's excellent because we've built that trust with them so we can know what's working and what's not, so we can change it. And I really appreciate the work that everybody in this district is doing, so that way we can be as supportive of each other as possible. It takes a lot of effort at this level to help everybody accomplish everything they possibly can at every level. So thank you guys for that. And then the very last thing I want to share with you is, as my friend and colleague Josie Fernandez shared with me, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. So thank you.
Thank you. Sandra, would you like to say anything?
I want to say thank you. Since I am here in the district since 1916, and I see the department grow up, I'm very proud to be here and do what I love to do for the kids. I love when I go outside and saw them eating, and I ask, "Do you like it?" And they say, "That's awesome. That's the best. Can you do this every day?" So that's make our day. We love what we do. I will talk for the whole department, and I want to say thank you. Lizette, I forgot the name. Thank you, Lizette, because she encouraged us to grow up with the training with everything. I'm so proud to you and to this job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Comments from the board?
Well, thank you. Just seeing, Sandra and the other ladies, going above and beyond on their own time to improve the skills says a lot about how much they care about the students. And when you do that, and you do that from the heart, it pays off because kids are enjoying their lunch meals. So, thank you.
I will pass that on. Thank you.
I see another light.
Thank you so much for this great presentation, by the way. It must be a balancing act for you, because to provide something that's nutritious for the children sometimes may not be tasty to the children. And as you said, you're here about feeding the children and not the trash cans. I think all of us can talk about times that we've seen the kids just take that apple and throw it away because they don't want it or whatever. Look at Sandra's face going, yes. So being able to talk to the children, listen to them, listen to when they're roasting you as well, that's important, because the food I know is nutritious because you have standards to go by. But to be able to get that food into their tummies is another whole journey for you, and I really do appreciate it. Thank you.
Trustee Burris?
Yeah, thank you, Lizette. Great presentation. I think the key thing that you guys have hit on is that you listen to the students. And it's so important because if they don't like it, they're not going to eat it. And then working with them to show them, where it comes from, how it, all the nutritious stuff, their superpower, all that kind of stuff is so important. I know that when Superintendent Castro first came on, I was president, and we went and had lunch with the students and at a couple different schools to see, and then we talked to them and asked them, so do you like the food here? And there was a lot of positive feedback. And so, we were like, okay, they're doing something right. So I know that when the lunch, I enjoyed it. So I just want to thank you guys for your passion and caring so much about our kiddos, because if they're hungry, they don't learn, so thank you so much. And your passion and everything shows, everything with all your staff and everything, it shows. So thank you for all your hard work.
Thank you.
So Lisette,
Mhm.
Miss Rooney, and Sandra. I don't know your last name, Sandra. I would. Orozco. Oh, yo conozco mucha gente que se llama Orozco. If a parent says to you,
Mhm.
"Oh my goodness, my child really loved pozole,"
Mhm.
are there parent-friendly, smaller recipes that we can share with them so they can make it at home?
We have created some family-sized portions of our recipes, and we've shared those, but I think it's something where I think most recently somebody asked me for our cinnamon swirl pancake recipe. And so we then make the time to try to scale it down to something that is more reasonable. And it's something where I feel like maybe since you're asking the question, maybe we need to put it on the website versus just put it in our periodic newsletters. So that way it is easier to access because like we have a killer barbecue sauce. It's really good. And it's something where it is really hard to find recipes that are good and that are also nutritious and that our kids are willing to eat. And it takes like at least 10 times of introducing a new food to a student before they'll even consider putting it in their mouth frequently, and more times to see if they actually like it. So I think that it's something where we as a department could make sure that that's posted on our website to make it more accessible because it's a struggle. In addition to the fact that you need to find something good and you want to make sure that the money that you have to buy those ingredients is well utilized, that you're not taking a gamble on something. You're like, oh, it's awesome on TikTok, but oh my God, how much does it cost to make this? Or it goes in the trash because nobody is willing to eat it in your home. So I think that that is something that I am taking away from this so that way we can better support our families. And that's one thing that I love. It's being able to talk to others and hear ideas so we can figure out how to do things better.
Okay, so taking that just a step
Yeah.
further, is Mr. Baez still organizing and overseeing Saturday school?
Yes, yes, President Coronado, Mr. Paredes is organizing Saturday schools.
So when I used to organize Saturday school at my school district, we used to think of ways to try to get more kids involved and maybe even parents. We used to have a raffle for the parents to bring their kids because we wanted kids to attend because it made it more financially viable. Maybe we could have a cooking class at Saturday school and we could get one of their favorite meals, easy to make, and maybe we could do that. Certainly, what I say at the dais is only an idea.
Mhm.
It has to be thought about and cost evaluated, and you're welcome. And it has to go through all of the processes of, does it work? Is it viable? What's the end goal of this?
Mhm.
But because what I want to do is I want to come into your kitchen and I want to learn how to cook some of these things. So thank you. I want to learn knife cutting
skills.
techniques. Yeah, I really do. So thank you. Those are just some questions I had. But again, I'm so proud of Lawndale, and I know the board is as well. I went to school here, and as Ms. Burris said, it wasn't anything like this. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I loved being here at school, but it wasn't like this, and I appreciate it very much. And the fact that you're introducing Harvest of the Month into the classrooms, that's wonderful. Because I remember when we used to have it statewide and kids got to taste fruit that they had never, ever experienced before. So thank you so very, very much. Dr. Cooper?
Well, thank you to Sandra and Lizette to being here tonight. And I think Trustee Burris said it best. It's like we don't just see and hear it. We feel the commitment, the care, and the support from you and your team. So thank you.
Thank you all.
And you don't have to stay for the entire meeting. Okay, you know, Trustee Morales, I'm gonna take you up on it. We're gonna take a 10-minute break and get your pozole, and if you have any other business to take care of during that time, please do so. So we will take a 10-minute break at 6:15. We will reconvene from our brief recess at 6:25. We are now at item we're still on correspondence. I mean, 4.03, correct. Correspondence? We don't. Thank you. Superintendent reports.
We just have a brief report tonight. I think it's all in Ed Services.
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Cooper. Tonight, just wanted to give a brief recap and thanks to all who showed up on a rainy Saturday afternoon and share some pictures of the wonderful event where we had, under very rainy skies, 269 families, as Lizette so aptly shared, and 800 attendees come together and participate in Lawndale's first Grateful Gathering. So here are some pictures here, ranging from outdoors where there was a mobile van giving fresh food, and despite the rain, you can see there is a long line there. In the Anderson NPR, we had stations for food, fresh food distribution, as well as clothing distribution on the other side. And on the stage, we gave away hundreds upon hundreds of books that had been donated. So this was a huge community effort. These donations came from both community partners and Lawndale volunteers who came and provided their gently used clothing and shoes. And the next slide, just a quick shout out to the people who made it all work. It was a huge effort coordinated by our community schools, district and site coordinators at each of our sites, as well as Lawndale partners from LEAP and Early Start, the state preschool program, Family University, RAP, the Nutrition and Wellness Department. We even had our own DJ and custodian Terry Morris there coming in as our DJ. The Lawndale PTA provided so much workers to help us out. The volunteers came from all over, including Superintendent Castro's own daughter and her friends, to become the face painters for the event. And so it was really just a wonderful demonstration of community here. On the next slide, I wanted to call out and really recognize this event could not have been made possible without our community partners, including Providence from COPA, Kaiser Permanente, Sentinel Valley Union High School District was also there, LA County Library, Trajectory of Hope, Torrance Community Church of Christ, Asian American Drug Abuse Program, South Bay Center for Counseling, Step by Step Pedestrian Safety, Los Angeles County of Immigrant Affairs, LA County of Mental Health, South Bay Outreach Center, Women, Infant, and Children Organization, SALA, International Women's Organization, Planet Fitness, Gardena YMCA, Gardena Chick-fil-A, and the little Chick-fil-A mascot there, Vista Community Clinic with mobile food truck, Big Sunday Books, the Black Santa Company with their own Black Santa who came and provided lots of fun for the children, Golden Cafecito, Zanny Lemonade, and Home Depot Kids. And I thought it was really important for us to read out each one of those community partners because each one of them provided such a wonderful contribution to the group. And as just an aside, as a culminating project, we sent out surveys to each of both the volunteers, the participants, and the community partners. And of course, among overwhelming positive response, continued need for fresh food was made. And so we are already in the works for organizing another food distribution in next month. So again, my thanks to the community schools site coordinators, as well to Emily Lay for bringing that together and coordinating already onto the next one from them. Thank you.
Thank you. I also noticed that there were flyers being passed out for the wellness, Providence Wellness Center that's housed on our property at Anderson Rogers Park. Yeah, and it was good to see Trustee Burris and trustee Morales there. Sorry, we missed you, trustee Phillips.
Thank you.
Is that it? Or the-
That is it. That is it. Yes.
Okay, thank you. We're now at 4.05. I would entertain a motion for approval of the minutes of the regular meeting of November 6th, 2025.
Second.
On a motion by trustee Phillips, seconded by trustee Morales to approve the minutes of the regular meeting of November 6th, 2025. Are there any comments, questions, changes, amendments to the minutes from the board?
No, ma'am.
Nope.
Thank you. With that, please vote. Your devices. Motion carries 4-0. Oh yeah, no admissions or expulsions or readmissions. We're at item 6. Information items. Information item guidelines. Information items are generally included on the board meeting agenda for two primary reasons: to gather input from the board and the public on issues that may require future board action and to share updates on a variety of topics of interest to both the board and the public. The information items below are first readings only. 6.02 Administrative Regulation, first reading of Administration Regulation 3280 for sale or lease of district-owned real property. 6.03 Board Policy, first reading of Board Policy 3280, sale or lease of district-owned real estate property. Real property, I'm sorry, not real estate, real property. I don't want any unfounded rumors going out there that we're trying to sell any property, real estate. 6.04 Board Policy, first reading of Board Policy 3516.5, emergency schedules, and 6.05 Board Policy, first reading of Board Policy 3540, transportation. We are now at item 7, consent items. All items appearing under the consent items, SELPA consent items, superintendent action items, and SELPA superintendent action items are adopted by one single motion unless a member of the board, the superintendent, requests that any such item be removed from the agenda and voted on separately. Dr. Cooper?
Yes, I am bringing forward consent items 7.03 through 7.18 for approval.
I'll second.
On a motion by trustee Phillips, seconded by trustee Burris to approve and to ratify consent items 7.03 through and including 7.18. Comments, questions, discussions from the board?
No, ma'am.
Any highlights from you, Dr. Cooper or Dr. Ho or Dr. Pamelia?
No.
Thank you. With that, please vote on your devices. Would you like a hand vote, Ms. Galindo? No, there it goes. Motion carries 4-0. Thank you. Dr. Cooper?
I am bringing forward SELPA consent items 8.03 through 8.04 for approval.
Move.
I'll second.
On a motion by trustee Morales, seconded by trustee Burris to approve SELPA consent items 8.03 and 8.04. Comments, questions, discussions from the board?
No, ma'am.
Any highlights from you, Dr. Castro? Dr. Cooper?
No.
Thank you. With that, please vote on your devices. Motion carries 4-0. Ms. Rooney, you don't have to stay.
Maybe she wants.
Sandra. Adios. Get home before it
Okay.
rains anymore.
You're welcome to stay.
You are, but Dr. Cooper?
I am bringing forward superintendent's action items 9.03 through 9.15 for approval.
I'll move.
I second.
On a motion by trustee Burris, seconded by trustee Morales, to approve superintendent action items 9.03 through and including 9.15. I just want to point out that 9.02 is a typo. It's not to be, wasn't supposed to be included on the printed agenda. I made Superintendent Castro aware of this, and we thought that just with a comment from you, from me, that we would just eliminate that. It's a typo. Any other comments, questions, discussion from the board on these items?
No, ma'am.
Okay, with that, please vote on your devices. Motion carries 4-0. Dr. Cooper?
There are no SELPA superintendent action items.
Okay, at this item, the time, board president, I'm supposed to ask you if there are any comments from the board. Oh, I'm sorry, wrong part of the script. We have no items to be removed for separate vote. Again, item 12.02, I guess has to be tabled again because we don't have a full board yet. Unless anyone wants to say we should discuss it at this point. 12.02, any comments, questions, discussions from the board?
Sorry, except that this is potentially changing our norms. So I'm questioning whether it's here or if it's at our evaluation meeting that we discuss it.
Excellent question. When Superintendent Castro comes back, I will discuss this with her.
Thank you.
But norms are just, as they say in Pirates of the Caribbean, guidelines. And they can be changed, I believe, at the will of the board. But that's just my opinion. I do not know. Okay. That's your light. Okay, thank you. All right.
It's me first,
Okay, thank you.
President Cornell.
Okay, now we have board member comments, please. Trustee Burris?
I did attend the Grateful Gathering, and it was absolutely fantastic. The parents were just in total awe of everything that they were able to get. And the clothing went pretty fast too, and the food, of course. But the fact that they sat in the rain or stood in the rain to come in was just, to me, so wonderful to see, because it really meant that we needed to do this, and it's so important. And Emily Lay and her staff did an outstanding job, just outstanding. So I just want to say, I hope we can do many more of these. She said she needs to relax a little bit. And like she said, we're going to do something in December. But it was just really heartwarming to see all the parents so grateful. So for everybody who was involved in that, I just want to say, great job. And just the only other thing that I want to say is, and they just left, but I wanted to say thank you to the food services for this wonderful dinner tonight. The pozole was delicious. And gosh, I can see why the kids loved it. It's so good. So that's all I have to report, Madam President.
Thank you.
Next one is Trustee Phillips.
Trustee Phillips, thank you.
Thank you. I'm so sorry I didn't make it to the Grateful Gathering, but it was another commitment I had to actually lead, and that was set in the calendar 3 months ago. So same exact time. So sorry about that. But I'll try to attend the next one. I did attend the LACSTA meeting last week. It was on Zoom. Just to briefly tell you, AB 1021, which is from Al Marisucci and others, it's housing, ensuring that small and rural LEAs can pursue its benefits for developing educational housing for educational workforce, and to exempting these projects from the CEQA, which is important, and that was signed into law by the governor. AB 1381, also brought in by Marisucci, was to establish a revolving loan fund to provide no interest loans to LEAs to help with feasibility studies and pre-development for the housing projects. That would be loans of $200,000 per LEA. That is now a 2-year bill, which means they won't look at it again for another 2 years. Sorry, we don't get that one. And then there was one about the school buses, which doesn't affect us. The one for 60-day substitutes that would extend from 30 to 60 days to allow substitutes, which would help the children to be, have more consistent teaching. And it would also go from 20 to 60 days for special ed. That was vetoed by the governor. 1390, which is school board member compensation, that would increase some of the pay for board members, since that hasn't gone up for decades. That was signed into law by the governor, and I believe it's effective January 1st. Senate Bill 374 was brought in, and I know I brought this up earlier from CSBA to reduce the amount of reports that have to go to the state and the duplication of all the reports. So that they can be either consolidated or eliminated, sorry. That was signed into law by the governor. So there's a big things that we wanted to look at. There's several on charter schools which don't really affect us. Also, there's merit sheets you put through for school and county board member training that's going to be mandated. And CSBA's position was to oppose it unless it was amended. It was signed into the law by the governor, but CSBA wanted to put in that the Masters in Governance program would cover the training, so that we wouldn't have to have extra training.
So we would be grandfathered in?
We would be grandfathered in, since we've all taken it. So I don't know if we will be now, because it was signed into law by the governor and that wasn't put in there. So CSBA was opposing it unless it was put in, but governor signed it. There's also AB 772, which is off-campus bullying and cyberbullying, because especially at the high school level, a lot of that is done. So it would require LEAs, which is the local educational agencies, to modify existing policies or adopt new policies on addressing cyberbullying that occurs during non-school hours and off-campus. And it also requires the CDE to adopt a model policy LEAs may adopt. That was signed into law. So we'll have to, that's, I'm sure, going to be coming down the line pretty soon. Also, AB 49, this wasn't at Laxta, but it's another one. It would prohibit schools from allowing officers to enter for immigration purposes unless they have a warrant or a court order. So it's not whether we would eliminate them or we would prohibit. It has now become law that they cannot come on unless they have a warrant or a court order. It also prohibits schools from sharing info about students regarding immigration issues with immigration officials without a warrant or court order. And then he did, I told you already, he vetoed the substitutes. So that's what's happening up in Sacramento. And I'm sure I'm going to learn more about this starting December 1st. It's going to be an exciting conference without the federal Department of Education anymore. It's going to be, I'm going to try to keep my mind open. It's going to be exciting to see what California is going to do to cover up that void that we have for the children. I'm really worried about the funding for our food programs for the children and what's going to happen there, as well as many of our programs.
Do you want to comment on any of that, as far as the dismantling of the Department of Education at the federal level? Dr. Ho, do you have anything? I mean, I know it just happened. What was it, yesterday or day before?
I was following the other stuff that was going on.
Well, there's been a lot of talk about doing it, but I know that he actually.
Yeah, so there were 6 departments that were at one point under the Department of Education. I believe 3 of the 6 are now part of Department of Labor.
Yeah.
The other 3, I don't remember what they were assigned to, but Health and Human Services. Department of Interior. Yeah.
And
So
what, if you know, because you may not know, it's been a lot to digest in the last couple of days, how it might impact our school district?
I don't have that information available yet, but from what it sounded like, at the moment, it's not supposed to impact the school district.
Okay.
Yeah.
You'll be waiting for word from LACO?
That's correct.
Okay, thank you. Will probably impact us that we'll have some more reports to do, doing 3 more agencies instead of 1.
Right. Thank you.
Mhm.
Trustee Morales?
Thank you. Great presentations tonight. Um, I know the people in the food services don't get all the credit they should deserve, because we often don't see them. But, thank you to all of them for what they do for our students. I also attended the Grateful event. I was surprised to see that many people there because it was raining hard. Uh, it took me a little while to find parking space. That's how many people were out there. And to see that, the need is real, in our community. To see that many people out there under the rain, just being there because they need that food, the extra clothing. Uh, and also, it was a great opportunity for a lot of them to just find information about different things, One booth that I went to was the LA County Department of Mental Health.
Mhm.
And to me, I was so happy to see them there because, as we all know, in our culture, there's a lot of stigmas when it comes to health, mental health, and uh, I even invited them to come and do like a short presentation here. So our community knows more about, all the resources that they are available to them. Um, and of course, I wanted to personally thank all the volunteers, taking their time on a rainy day, on a weekend, Saturday. Says a lot about, how much they love our community, how much they really care. So thank you.
Thank you. I wish that Ms. Rooney and Sandra were still here so they could hear it. I know that Trustee Rudolph would have thoroughly enjoyed the presentation because the food that our children eat is one of her major concerns in our school district. As I've already,
President,
yes.
can I just add something to that?
Oh, please.
I'm so sorry. Because I wasn't there, but I saw the pictures up there and I saw the list of the contributors to the process. And that takes a lot of work to get donations and participate. And so I really want to give my kudos to Miss Lee for taking care of all that. And it just reminded me of one of my favorite quotes by Helen Keller. Alone we can do so little, together we can do so much. And it was the unity of all of these organizations and the parents to help out other people. Thank you.
You're welcome. And following that, great segue, thank you. I know that Dr. Pamelia read out the names of the organizations, and it was my intention, I don't have the list currently, to read out the names of every individual that volunteered there. So at the next board meeting, when it comes to my comments, because I will not be sitting in this chair any longer, I would hope that I'm allowed to read the names of every single volunteer who was there from different departments in our school district, from families. So I'm looking forward to reading their names into the record. And then the last thing is that the school board compensation, I keep calling her doctor, Superintendent Castro mentioned it in a communication, and I believe she intends to put that on the agenda first of the year. And then the board can have a conversation about it and decide what to do. And before I adjourn our meeting in memory of Alice Acevedo, is there any other business to come before the board? Okay, with that, we will adjourn our meeting tonight in memory of Alice Acevedo. I don't know if you remember her, but I'm just going to read what Dalia Coronel wrote about her. It is with deep sadness that we share the news of the passing of Alice Acevedo, our beloved former Billy Mitchell attendance clerk, who passed away yesterday, November 12th, 2025, after a courageous battle with cancer. Although some of us may not have had the privilege of knowing Alice personally, her impact is felt everywhere on our campus. Alice dedicated 25 years of service to the Billy Mitchell community, and the love, laughter, and care she poured into her work shaped the experience of countless students, families, and staff members. From the stories shared by those who worked closely with her, Alice was sweet, funny, sassy, and full of life. She loved the show Friends, and her sense of humor and warmth often reflected the spirit of that show, reminding people to find joy, hold on to each other, and treasure the moments that make us smile. She was proudly Puerto Riqueño. Is that correct, Dr. Pomelio? And often spoke fondly of her family in New York, which meant the world to her. To many, Alice was not just a colleague. She was a friend, a supporter, and a cherished member of the Billy Mitchell family. Her presence touched this community in ways that continue to live on in the stories, memories, and the traditions she helped build. As we honor Alice's life and legacy, may we take a moment to hold her loved ones in our thoughts and hearts, and may we find comfort in knowing that her kindness and spirit continue to echo through the halls she served for so many years. I'd like to add, with the Thanksgiving holiday coming next week, that I consider this district and its work that is done on behalf of our students, led by our cabinet and our superintendent, and approved by our board, to be a blessing to not only me personally, but to this community, of which I've been a part of for many, 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 many years. With that, the meeting is adjourned at 6:50.